Hi, my beautiful people. I think I might call this a bitch session. You don't necessarily get to see this other side of me because, or actually, not a lot of people do because I don't exactly show or express my anger outside of myself, outside of my demeanor. You won't necessarily always know, so always kind of repress that sort of a thing, which is why Krav Maga broke me out of that. So I'm telling this customer service because poor customer service. Like I just said, I don't usually get angry at very many things, but there are definitely things that irk me, especially now becoming more, assertive and speaking up. So this shit today, waiting in line, my fastest Costco run ever, which just to let you know, whenever I shop, I really do annoy myself. Like I take way too long and just dumb. I annoy myself, right? So that's one of the things I strive every time I go out to kind of set myself on a schedule. So I'm doing really good, except I just sit here and talk about this before my next grocery trip run to the next store. Okay, so the irking of why would you have a prepaid line, which has always been short, if it's going to have to be a long ass wait. So I've never had this experience at this location before, which is why I've prepaid for my trash food, which I didn't need more toenails or whatever in my life anyway, in my junk food, but I decided to wait, and I was going to say that I'm definitely going to fuck this noise if this doesn't turn around here in a minute. So finally they actually three separate times consolidated the line. But the great thing about it is I heard dude next to me, his accent, and I was like, oh my God, are you Nigerian? I didn't say, oh my God, but I love that because it's so very characteristic. Like when I hear it, because one of my favorite African jazz artists, Fela Anikula Bukuti, one of my favorite artists and very well-known people. And I've met about 3 or 4 people in Sacramento from Nigeria. So anyway, I was spot on with that and he loved it. And I think he was so impressed. And the dude behind me had his 3 very young kids, and that was cracking my shit up because he's all, stop fighting, stop fighting. And he let me cut in front of him, and that was great. I can only imagine what that's like. 3 young ones, like young ones like under 10, screaming for their ice cream or whatever it is that they want. And that's for another show. I can talk about the different aspects of parenting that aren't so glamorous and fun. But didn't we all know that if we were around some kids when we were younger or ever in life? Okay, so that's what I wanted to say about that. But the one of the great things, because there's a couple of things that I could say right now in becoming assertive, is that when I learned, because I'm telling you people, I was never like this, probably like definitely before 23, because that's when I first started in my skincare business. But like after self-defense, it just took it to another level, and that's why I want to share with you people, while this can affect people differently, what it did for me in my daily life is just, even in situations like that, right, to speak up. I didn't speak up in this situation, I didn't need to, but it reminds me of being in lines wherever it is, right, and nobody knows what the fuck's going on, and people are waiting, like they're waiting in, let's say, one line, and there's several cashiers open, and you don't know what the hell's going on, so you all just stand there. It's like, I am not going to just stand there. Like, I'm going to take initiative now. So aside from my disgust of that organization and just these different things in life that we can be pissed about because of either lack of organization or poor customer skills or just bad customer skills, a lot of people in general just don't give a fuck, and a lot of people don't like their job. So there's like all these factors in daily life that we're having to deal with other people, right? But since I have learned kind of to manage life and manage myself, I've seen so much that it's helped me, and I want to share that with others, because some of this stuff, like really lack of social skills, not being confident, not knowing what to say, not wanting to sound like a bitch, like all these things, the person I was before, now that I feel like I can still be myself in my own way, it's like you really feel like you can handle life and you can handle people. Now, I'm not saying in an altercation or confrontation or anything that I'm perfect. It's just the point of doing something. Like I said, you're standing in line. You could just even ask, like, what's going on, or go up to the cashier and say something, or, find out what's going on, where I just wouldn't do it before. I was just too shy, didn't have the skills, I think, more than anything, but the shyness. It's like, why even be so scared anymore? Sorry, I was going to put my seatbelt on because I need to get going. But like, why even like be scared anymore, especially when you realize and you understand a lot of people out there, they don't know what the hell's going on. I'm going to use the word ignorant. Okay. Ignorant means not knowing, whether it means they don't, whatever it is, things about life, maybe not speaking up, right? I was ignorant. So I want you to keep that in mind, like these situations, or maybe like you're teaching your kids, like the whole going up to somebody, like, what's the worst that can happen? And remember, like, don't worry about being judged or anything like that, or how you said something. Just go and do and be confident. And people are pretty accepting too. Should you say something to them, like a cashier or whoever it is, they will help you out. But if you want to be, there's nothing you can lose from being direct, especially when you say it in a compassionate way. Okay, so that this kind of went off. This was kind of supposed to be, I got on here more so looking at this as a comedy, as comedic, but also since I want to share more different sides of my personality that you guys don't always see. And when I interview people, and even in some of my interviews, I'm not necessarily coaching a lot of people. I might do some psychoanalyzing, but yeah, and I'm just really glad and happy that these certain things I'm making changes in my life, which is just such stupid little stuff, like I told you, with being quicker with my shopping trips. But again, I am always about empowering the people. So when I also see situations like this, whether like, maybe they were short staffed, whatever it was, but basically you just made it really confusing. There were probably like, I don't know, 20 or 25 people in line. And it was just, different signs for different things. And it was just set up weird, poorly organized. But at least, the person was screaming out what she wanted us to do, and we got it all handled. And whatever, my food wasn't even that good. So anyway, yes, people, just take action. And also, yeah, we need to have compassion for others in service, of course, always. I know what it's like, especially in food service, but it does irk me, like, I don't know that there is any sense of perfection in any sort of customer service. Here in California, I'm just glad if people smile, because I've lived here like 20 years, and I would definitely say the customer service is whack. It's boo. It's like, it's very rare that people make eye contact with you, say hi, and good give good service or go above and beyond. And I will just always compare it to Thailand, because I remember like taking 3 sips out of my water, and somebody would be there filling it for you, and going to the mall and people would carry bags to your car for you. So the one good thing, lastly, I'm going to say, for real, lastly, because I have to go. I'm trying to be on time schedule. There is a company, actually, it's called University of Beer in Sacramento. I think they have like 9 locations, and they are trying to bring Thai culture and Thai customer service to American culture. Right? I don't even like to say American culture, because um, there's different types of Americans here. So I don't know, even to label American culture. Sometimes that's for another show. But to bring it, Thai culture and ways and compassion and love and customer service and everything to this culture, and which I think is great and magnificent, and I love, and I'm glad to see that. And it's funny, because most of the stuff on their menu is like you would want to say, I guess, American style, like diversity, like, different stuff, but they have like 2 things on the menu that are Thai. Anyway, I know I talked a lot and fast, and I don't know if I made you laugh, but anyway, that was funny as shit to me. Got some good laughs at it, even though I was annoyed. Okay, so yeah, take action. And uh, yeah, being shy, I'm gonna say again, like, it has like, I'd really have to think about it if I was going to say that it's a good thing. I just feel like it has held me back, and again, repressed. So now you can't shut my ass up. And I'm like, am I that person in class who would be put in the corner or put in the hallway because I was talking too much? Like, seriously, like, it's excessive, and it can make me be late to things like this. Getting off of here. Talk to you next time. Bye.